Hey everyone, to watch this video here for Tuesday, May 7th. Let me slide this over real quick. We got some new faces in the chat room. So if you're a new face, please read that. It's a quick explanation of what we do. It's a little bit different than most other chat rooms. So read that real quick. Pause the video if you have to. And you get a better understanding. And then also go to the pinned messages in our Discord room at the top. And a lot of links that'll get you caught up to speed as well, including links to our free webinars, which would help you with some of the terminology and all that. And we also have a terminology page that's linked up there. So anyway, the SPY, nice gap up today and a strong close. Impressive market. It feels like maybe we're heading back to all-time highs, but as I always say, I never know what the overall market's going to do, and I never make any money by trying to predict it. Some highlights from today. I made a couple calls I'm pretty proud of. SGE was on the morning gap playlist. This is for those of you that weren't there today. So it popped here. The opening candle was right here that topped out at 204. I called a possible inside fives after this candle. Well, then the next candle actually gave a really nice inside fives. I didn't get that, right? It would have been over this, over this candle at 179 with a stop at 161 below this candle. But I did also mention over the mic that the inside fives also might give way to a second mouse through two with the high of day just 204. I ended up seeing this pushing up. I missed the entry here. I still took it through two because I thought high of day break, tiny float, had news, right? And I got stuck in a halt. And sadly, I sold a little bit before it halted, right at the halt price, 222. But it still let me sell some. I didn't realize it was halting, or I probably would have held. And then when it came out of the halt, I just scaled out into strength. My best sell was in the 290s. I don't think I actually sold any over three. But that was a neat little trade. And then MULN, also over the mic today. I mentioned that it topped out at 474. I said, basically, I think my idea was 475 break, three-quarter number. You had yesterday's high. Let me try to go to 2 days here. You had yesterday's high not far above, right? So we take the opening range breakout at 475 and yesterday's high, yesterday meaning Friday, was only 487, pretty close, right? On a recent high flyer, and that one just really never looked back. It from the 475 went to 655, so also pretty proud of that one. A couple big calls today. And by the way, MULN looks pretty damn interesting on the daily now, so probably my top watch tomorrow. But let me go into what we're watching for tomorrow. So SGE, I already mentioned that one. It's strong enough that I definitely want to watch that one tomorrow. RYDE, I already mentioned MULN. RYDE, thinner stock, right? This big volume spike here barely broke a million. But it's interesting to me that it topped out at 599. So through 6 tomorrow, the all-time high, it's only been trading for not even a month. But all-time high is 812. So we get through that whole number 6. Maybe we make a run at that 812. Again, it's a thinner one. Watch the spreads. It may not be tradable. Depends it's one of those we're going to need volume to come in. NUVO has only been trading for 3 days, but certainly worth keeping an eye on tomorrow. I had the 2 red days and then a big rip today. It actually did go to 825 before giving a lot of it back. Definitely want to watch that one tomorrow, though. AGBA, still extended. I mean, it's way up here, away from all the moving averages. But maybe back through 4 tomorrow. I don't know. We've got today's high was 415 and then the most recent high 429. Just keep in mind that one is certainly extended, but it is holding up better than I would have thought it would have. MULN is next on my list. I already showed it to you though. So let's go to GameStop, GME. Interesting big rip on Friday, inside day today. Both those days are very close to the same high. One of my favorites going into tomorrow, that one in MULN, probably my 2 favorites. PALI, this one's weird to me because it traded, 28 million this day, 23 million this day, and then 12 million this day, and fell off the map. Like nobody's trading this thing, right? But the chart, the price action is pretty interesting. Certainly out of this, if you picture, I should have drawn the lines, but picture a line following my cursor here, and here it's pretty coiled. This one could squeeze. If it gets a headline tomorrow, then, and I know the chart looks like this, and maybe I could, beat the crowd in. But otherwise, again, be careful with it because not a lot of people seem to be trading it right now. But I love the daily chart. LUNA, quiet inside day. Big day on Friday, quiet inside day. Looking for a third day play there. BCRX, nice volume after earnings and a pretty strong day. UPLD goes on watch, had the pop on Friday, inside day today. SMMT, kind of a sleeper pick, but topped out right around 5 here, I think 4.99, and it's kind of coiling. So let's keep that one on our radar, but that's another one that's thin. I'd like to see volume come in. BENF, I'm actually putting this on watch. It made that crazy move on Friday, quiet inside day today. So if it sets up for one of our bounce plays, it could give a third day rip. So it does deserve a spot on the chart. DXYZ is waiting for me to take it off the list so then it can rip. So I have to keep it on the list every day. I'm sorry. No trades in it recently for me. But very narrow range today. But I said this going into the weekend video. What I'd like to see is a narrow range like this all day and an afternoon high of day break. If you go back and look at this on, 60-minute candles, I don't think this has had an afternoon break out of a range since it was $105. So if that happens, I'm not suggesting it's going back to 105, but if that happens, you might get a little mini squeeze as some shorts finally start to cover. All right, so that's sort of my favorite scenario for DXYZ. RILY is just another red day back in that daily buy zone, so I want to watch that one. And then Moderna, mRNA, had the big breakout here. Couple days lower. I'm going to treat that as a bounce play. Again, GameStop, GME, and MUL and Mullen are probably my two favorites going into tomorrow. I'm done babbling. I'll see everybody in the chat room in the morning. Have a good night.